WSLR 96.5 LPFM, Sarasota's listener-supported community radio station.
In the year 2000, the FCC opened a 4-day window for nonprofit groups to apply for low-power licenses. There were 5 groups that applied, and so the FCC basically lays them on the table and said, you guys try to work something out, because it's kind of a point system. And so we found the New College Student Alliance, which had also applied for a license, and sat down with some of the leadership there, and were able to basically come to an agreement where we would share the station, which allowed the New College Student Alliance to be granted a construction permit for the station. So that was granted in January of 2004, and you have 18 months to basically build the station out and get it on the air, or you lose the license. Finally, in July of 2005, which was the last month before our 18 months would run out, we had a radio barn raising, and some technical folks came down from Prometheus Radio up in Philadelphia, and along with about 20 volunteers here locally, we built the studio and raised the antenna at our transmitter location and went on the air. The station wouldn't exist without volunteers. Up to this day, we've been on the air for 5 years now. Everyone on the air is a volunteer.
My name is Mr. Bill, and I am one of the programmers here at the station. We have over 100 volunteers, and many of which have their own shows. I am fortunate to have 2 shows, one on Friday morning and one in the middle of the night. And I prefer open format instead of a dedicated such, as whether it's rock or country or soul or eclectic. That's what I like, is just open format.
I love music. I love all kinds, but primarily I'm into jazz, old-time jazz, 20s, 30s, even before 20s. And I go into 50s sometimes. I play guys like Louis Armstrong from New Orleans, who traveled up to Chicago with Kid Ory. In fact, I just got back from New Orleans to get rejuvenated in that type of atmosphere. And it was great, 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 great.
I've done radio and TV professionally for 10 years in Hawaii and Alaska. And when it came down to Florida, I said, here's an opportunity to be part of a very interesting community radio station. I just get tired of hearing the same old music on the radio these days. And I play quite a big genre of music on my show.
Our whole idea of what we wanted to do was we wanted to show how much music has in common with each other. We play a lot of sort of what you might call like underground hip-hop or indie rock bands, things like that. A lot of things just that we feel need more exposure than they're getting, and that are just plain better.
Yeah,
like,
in our opinion. Which matters because we're the top dogs in the game right now, like Kanye. I'm top dog in the game right now.
Yes. We're voice of the generation around our houses.
Behind the scenes, obviously, we have a lot of volunteers too. People who help put on events, people who help in the office, people who help with fundraising, obviously our board. We have a community advisory board. So lots of people contribute in lots of different ways here at the station, and we truly are people-powered radio.
I've been volunteering for 2 years. My husband actually kind of got us into it. He's Hawaii Bob, and he has a show called Hawaii Bob and Company, and I'm the company of Hawaii Bob and Company normally, but today I'm a painter. The things I like about community radio are simply that it's the sense of community. Like today, there's a group of people from the community that are all chipping in to make this happen. And I think it illustrates, if we had a perfect world, that's how it should be everywhere, shouldn't it? Everybody working together with a common goal, and the goal of getting the station going, and that ultimately helps the community. So if everybody would just do a little bit, it would make such a difference. So it's a nice place to be.
Boy, I've been with the station in some capacity almost since the very beginning. Back prior to the days that Dave and Arlene had gotten the license, I'd go into the early meetings on the licensing to get the low power FM. There are a zillion things I like about community radio. I have no idea almost where to start. The commercial free is certainly one part, because every now and then I do have a guilty pleasure of sports talk radio. And when I turn on a commercial station, it makes me crazy, just from the sheer number of commercials, the sheer idiocy you hear, and just the whole, even goes beyond just the fact that the music is like you do not hear on the big box stations. One of the great things about a community radio station is every DJ is an expert in their genre, if you will.
Before they actually went on the air, I used to manage a band called Fiasco, and we did benefit shows to raise money for the station. So I guess 5-6 years, 6-7 years maybe. Well, it's local opinions and some of the local news that they bring to us, and they're talking about things that are happening here and now, events that are going on. So, you know, it's here and now, that's all. That's the best part of it, is it's our station.
Hi, my name is Dave Beaton. I was one of the founders of WSLR. I'm currently a Vista volunteer, working for WSLR, developing their comprehensive broadcast plan for the future. The sun's going down here at WSLR today, but really the sun is rising at WSLR. We're going to be moving out of this location behind me to a new location near downtown, on the edges of downtown Sarasota. It's going to take some work though, and we've had some volunteer work days there where folks have pitched in and painted and scraped and cleaned up to get the space ready. We've got to do some major structural work on the building, and we've got to do some build out of the studios. But the volunteers have been stepping up and pitching in, and it's coming together. It takes time, but it's coming together.
We are very excited about the new location, and it's taking longer than we had hoped, but it's going to open up a lot of new possibilities for the station, as well as the radio station. We'll have 2 studios, first of all, so we'll have a performance studio, so we're going to be able to have live bands in, which we do now, but they're going to be able to sound a lot better because we'll actually be able to mix the music that's going out on the airwaves, which we can't do now. And then we'll also have a performance space adjacent to the station where we can do live shows and actually broadcast live. We can do community forums and broadcast those live. For us, it's how do we make the radio station more interactive and more relevant for the community, and I think this space is going to allow us to do that in a number of ways.
We're in a period of transition. WSLR is in a period of transition, and all signs are that the U.S. economy, maybe the world as a whole, is in transition. So we just encourage folks to step up and help change the world, make it a better place. This is the time. The time is now. So you can help WSLR by joining WSLR. You can get involved in your community on many different levels. So if you've ever had an inkling to change the world, well, now's the time.